forget what you know about MMORPGs on mobile, because with these ultra high definition games, the line between mobile games and console and PC games is blurrier than ever. Hey warriors, I'm Ben, and today on Android Gamespot, we will look at my picks for the top 10 MMORPGs on mobile so far in 2019. For this list, I'll be talking about either recent games or ones coming out later this year. And just a quick reminder before we begin, I make new videos featuring the best games on Android and iOS every week, so be sure to subscribe to my channel and ring the bell so you don't miss out on new videos. Also, if you're an Instagrammer, you can follow me on these pages for more daily cool stuff. Number 10. Blade & Soul Revolution. Coming from NCSoft, the same guys behind some big names in the mobile MMOs genre such as Lineage 2 and Ion, Blade & Soul Revolution starts you off by letting you create your own character after you pick one of the 4 available classes, and you will immediately notice that the range of customization is very deep. Everything from the face, body type, hairstyle has a ton of available options for you to choose from. Another thing that stands out with this game are the visuals. I mean, look at these graphics. Blade & Soul Revolution was described as a mobile release that looks to stay true to the PC version. And in addition to the 4 classes and races available, it includes cinematic PvE story content and a 500v500 clan PvP battles, and how they will pull that off is beyond what my brain can digest at the time being. Netmarble, the publisher of the game, said in a press release that they're working to expand the game into other territories. So it's very likely that we see this going global. And I don't know about you, but count me in. Number 9. Talion. Talion from Gameville offers an extensive character customization before you have to pick a side. The typical good versus evil factions, where Aegis is the Harmony and Freedom faction and the greed and power hungry Bident. And I must point out that there are no actual differences in gameplay whether you choose one or the other, but if you want to play with a friend, make sure both of you are on the same side. PvP is where the game shines. There are 4 modes. Deathmatch is a 1v1, Team Battle is a 5v5 capture the flag style match, Occupy is a 20v20 capture the base, and Major Clash is an all-out 10v10. Overall, Talion doesn't break the wheel, and everything here is pretty standard, but the decent graphics, the fun you can have in PvP modes, and the deep character customization are plenty of good enough reasons to give it a try. Number 8. The War of Genesis. It's really hard for an anime-styled RPG to stand out among the crowd because it takes something really special to do so, and the War of Genesis just has it. The game doesn't really introduce much in terms of fresh ideas, but where it shines is how it combines elements of different other games to produce a new approach to mobile MMORPGs. The combat here is turn-based, and there's a focus on strategy in battles that will please the tactical RPG fans. Visually, the game is a treat, and the animations are absolutely stunning. You will assemble your team and lead them into battle across the globe with your own airship, in PvE battles and real-time PvP. You can customize your characters with different items and skills to fit your battle strategy, upgrade your ship with technologies you pick to research, create or join a guild, and all that good stuff. A must-play for strategy turn-based RPG fans. Number 7. Black Desert Mobile. Black Desert started out as a Korean sandbox MMORPG for PC as Black Desert Online, and it quickly became very popular, and the adaptation on mobile is already available in Japan, Korea, and Taiwan, and the global version was announced to be released sometimes in 2019, and that is awesome news if you ask me, because Black Desert Mobile truly has a huge potential to rock and shatter the lazy slap-a-skin rinse and repeat recipe that's been killing the RPG genre on mobile for years now. The customization is crazy deep, as you will be able to change your character's features down to the eye color and the eyebrow length, and as for classes, you'll be able to pick from Warrior, Ranger, Giant, Witch, and Valkyrie. The visuals are unbelievable, and you may be able to play the game even if you don't have a high-end phone, as Pearl Abyss are optimizing the game to be played even on low-end phones, and I respect that because nobody should be left out because of the performance of their phone. Number 6. Alliance vs Empire. First released in South Korea back in 2017, AXE, or Alliance vs Empire, is Nexon's attempt at bringing a full-fledged MMO to mobile, and that translates into a gorgeous world with unique design and aesthetics for each area and character. The classes themselves feel unique in style and mechanics. There are two factions here, as you probably guessed, Alliance and Empire, and you must join one and fight the other. But it's deeper than just your typical good versus evil storyline. The combat is fast and responsive as in most ARPGs, and PvP wise, you have the option of open world PvP zones, the arena, which is a 4v4, and the Field of Honor, which throws you in an open world area with 75 players on each side battling in real time. On a down note, the items in the shop will give an advantage to pay to win players, and there is an auto battle system which you can choose to ignore, but why even have it in the first place? Number 5. Traha. Traha isn't out yet, at least not outside of South Korea, and the game features your typical two warring factions going head to head, the deep character customization, and a feature that I think is very cool called Infinity Class System. And what that means is, unlike most MMORPGs, where in order to try different sets of weapons that belong to other classes, you need to create a new character with a new class. The Infinity Class System lets you change your character's class based on the weapon equipped, so basically you can try out all the classes the game has to offer without ever making a new character from scratch. Also, the game is a graphical powerhouse, and in addition to its fast-paced action-packed gameplay, you can collect resources and craft items and gears, to name a few. Number 4. Alchemia Story. From the creators of Avabel and Toram Online, Alchemia Story is an online MMORPG that takes place in a large fantasy world with anime-inspired graphics. Starting with the character creation, you can customize pretty much everything from hair to eyebrow to hair tip color, and visually, this is, in my opinion, the best looking anime MMORPG you can play to date. The character design, the landscapes, the environments, everything is of the highest quality, competing or even leaving way behind a lot of the anime MMORPGs on PC, and being JRPG inspired, this game is very heavily story driven, something I particularly enjoyed myself as a fan of both animes and JRPGs. And the combat is turn based with this active bar where you're competing with the enemy to get your turn before theirs. Reminds me a lot of JRPGs back in the PS1 and PS2 era. All in all, Alchemia Story is really a unique MMORPG that will pleasantly surprise you over and over, and one that is hard to put down once you start. Highly recommend it. Number 3. Re-Evolve. Not to be confused with Sega's Revolve 8, Re-Evolve from Tencent Games and Perfect World Games is a brand new sandbox MMORPG that will put you back in time to save a future where humanity has fallen and the world is on the brink of destruction by evil demons. You are to create your own character, customize him or her, go back in time to fix the past, create a new world and help the surviving humans. 2 factions to choose from, the Shepherd and the Piper. The game has great graphics and plenty of features like the crafting system where you can create items, buildings, plant plants, raise animals and so on. PvE and PvP modes, and you can make a team with your friends and take on the team deathmatch mode or go solo hunting in the visually realistic world. There's also a day and night cycle, NPCs and a weather system. Sadly, there is no news about a global release, but Tencent usually publishes its games globally, so fingers crossed. Number 2. Durango Wildlands. It's been exactly 2 years since I made an entire video dedicated to Durango, and I'll leave a link in the description down below if you want to check it out. The game took way longer than expected, but sure enough, it delivered on all levels when it came out a couple of months ago. I'm a big fan of both the Monster Hunter and the Jurassic Park franchises, and with Durango, you get the best of both worlds, all in the palm of your hands. Durango Wildlands is a sandbox survival MMORPG where you will get to learn the basics through a really well done tutorial, and once completed, you're on your own to gather resources, build your skill levels, craft weapons, build shelter, hunt and tame dinosaurs solo or with other players, and you can even buy and sell crafted items in the in-game market. And the list of things you can do in this game is so long that the video would be way too long if I even try to do so. Do yourself a favor and go play it if you haven't yet. Number 1. Dragon Raja. Tencent might once again, after PUBG Mobile, be responsible for another heavy contender, and this time it's an MMORPG and it goes by the name of Dragon Raja. Dragon Raja uses the Unreal Engine 4 to deliver perhaps the best graphics ever made for a game on mobile. I mean, just look at these visuals. So naturally, the game is aimed at high-end devices and a Snapdragon 855 chip will be required to run the game how it's meant to run. Mid-range and low-range devices will probably lag a lot. The environment is very detailed and colorful, and the story is based on a Chinese novel featuring the battle between the Amerasians and mighty dragon species. You can also notice how the game is fusing Eastern and Western contexts, and the gameplay seems to be top notch. I truly cannot wait for the global release, and you should be hyped too. And that sums up the top 10 MMORPG games on mobile so far in 2019. Which of these games do you play already? And which ones are on your wishlist? Let's continue the discussion in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate your likes, and subscribing is a good idea if you haven't yet, as I make new videos like this every week. Also, special thanks to my Patreon supporters, and you also can support the channel and get some very cool rewards as a bonus for as little as $1. Once again, I'm Ben, thank you warriors for watching, and I'll see you next time right here on Enjoy Gamespot. Stay epic!